Hi, back here with Apollo, Justice Ace Attorney. God, that's so loud. Why did I have my headphones up to like 3 billion? Last we left our friends here in this game, everything was awful. A murder just happened, and we were just about to start investigating this crime under the supervision of Emma Skye, but with our good old buddy old Paolo Trucy right. Us being Apollo. I don't know, that was a really weird way I said that. Anyways, we already investigated these bullet holes here, but I just wanted to really thoroughly cover the rest of this. But this is where most of our investigation is going to come in, I take it, because we have this room, the Governor's dressing room, and the stage to analyze, and also there was all that weird stuff that went on in the stage in the production, so I reckon that's important. But hey, now let's start with analyzing all this again and seeing all the funny banter they have. Also, just before I continue here, you all are worrying me a little with how many comments I've received saying, "Jesus, not this case." I'm starting to worry that I've got myself into something awful here. Then again, though, I mean, when a case in an Ace Attorney game is like really hard, it's usually like one of two things. It's either like, oh, that was the most ridiculous thing. I don't know how they expected me to think of that, because, like, logic can sometimes be subjective, right? In the words of Mia Fey, common sense isn't always common. Especially with me. But also, sometimes the hard cases are really fun, because that's when you're, like, doing the most, like, beautiful mind, looking at all the details, and then it comes together. Like, sometimes they're the most satisfying ones to do. From the tone that I was given regarding this one, it sort of feels like it's not going to be one of those. But we'll see. We'll see. None of that happens till we gather some evidence, so let's start with that. There's another Governor's poster here. I'm just about sick of never mind, we did this one last time. What's this poster? Let's see. This summer, a Legal Eagles production of Case Closed. Looks like a poster for a different show. One I wouldn't mind seeing real soon. Why? It looks dumb. Apollo, look at that thing. It's huge. That's a TV. Yeah, a wide flat screen TV. I want one of those. You'll be wanting for a long time on your salary, Junior. Easy. Wait till you're as famous as Mr. Wright was. What? Wait till you're as famous as Mr. Wright was, then dream. I don't think Daddy was ever rich, even when he was in law. No, from what I remember, that wasn't exactly a thing that happened. Was he just a frugal spender? I don't think there was ever a reason he didn't get much money. Maybe he just didn't work a whole lot. Great, just stomp on my dreams, why don't you? What's all this camera gear down in the bottom here? There's like a tripod and stuff. Ooh, what a pretty brooch. Brooch? Brooch? Shit. Oh, Emma! You're not going to say, "Can I have it, please," are you? Oh. Look, you may be a cute little girl of 15, but that doesn't get you any special treatment with me. Oh. It's not healthy to envy the young, Emma. It's not about envy. It's about tampering with the evidence. Note to self. Emma lacks a sense of humor. Use caution. You need to learn to respect your elders a little. Something seems so familiar about that brooch. Oh, but we're taking it, or otherwise taking a picture of it and writing all the details down about it. Was Lemire wearing it, I suppose? That's the only thing I could think. Or perhaps Machi. Neither of them show up, that's not Lemire. Neither of them show up in the thing. Not like the earpiece very clearly showed up here, unless that's supposed to be a different thing altogether. Anyways, flowers and baskets. Unless this is going to be another stepladder joke. Huh, another ladder. Actually, it's technically a stepladder. Well, hello, Miss Fancy Pants. Please forgive my lack of ladder discrimination. I'm less worried about the stepladder and more worried about why it's there. Why is the ladder there? Well, to climb, right? To reach something on the ceiling. Oh, there's a vent there and the PA system. That's interesting. I still say it's a stepladder. I love that she's taken that from Phoenix. That was like one of my favorite bits from the original trilogy. And it's because Phoenix is just so not pedantic any other time. And as soon as someone talks about stepladders, he's like, "All right, listen here, you little shit. That's a stepladder. And I'll be goddamn thankful if you remembered it." Anyways. Ooh, Apollo, can I eat some of these, please? Absolutely not. I know. But still, I yearn. Look, you're not the only one eyeing that fruit there. Well, then what are we waiting for? Let's eat. Right. Whoa. Stop it. Are you too crazy? Emma, you of all people should know better. But she tempted me. She's a temptress. Please, grow up. I didn't expect Apollo to be the voice of maturity in all this. No offense to him. This vent on the ceiling, is there anything up with this? What's wrong, Apollo? Your mouth is catching flies. Nothing. It's nothing. Maybe that's how the killer escaped. That's what you were thinking, right? When we arrived on the scene, the killer had already fled. He or she must have had a way out, and that air vent is one possibility. But it's much too small. Not if the killer were about your size, Trucy. Are we trying to cast doubt on Machi to buy already? Also, Machi to buy, I'm assuming is much to buy. It's like because concerts and there's all kinds of merch. I'm guessing is the joke that's being made there. If I'm wrong, perhaps someone in the comments will point it out, like what they did with romaine lettuce, which is romaine lettuce. Which I understand that it could be a pun. I don't understand how it applies to this guy, unless they're saying that's what his beard looks like. I didn't do it. I was cutting up the dance floor at the time, thank you. I know, of course I didn't think you did it. It's hard to tell with you sometimes, Apollo. Hey, what have I done? Honestly, what did he do? I don't think that's right. This garbage bin in the fridge are completely, not problematic. All right, let's examine the corpse. That's a body, isn't it? Yes, sure is. The victim, no less. The victim, no less. Let's take a closer look. Go ahead, Apollo. You first. Me? No, you should go first, Trucy, really. Will you two stop bickering and get over here? She's munching on snackoos again. Hope she's not too annoyed. I don't think you should be eating those so close to all the blood. Oh, okay, we have a closer zoom up. Okay, I'd like to know the words, please. Is that blood? Why don't you examine this one, Apollo? You know more about, red stuff than I do. Yep. Says who? Something is strange about this blood, though. Is that what it looks like? What is it? Letters, I guess. I mean, I suppose you were saying. Anything closed up in your fist here? Apollo, look at this hand. He's holding something. Hey, no touching! You can throw all the snacks at me you'd like, Emma, but sooner or later, you're gonna run out of them. You raise a good point. I'm a bit intrigued by this scene. Let's take a look. That was all it took to convince her. You're gonna run out of food, lady. See there? He's holding something. What's this? A keyring? You think it might belong to the killer? Certainly a possibility. What an unusual keyring. And what unusual keys? A guitar, Gorl, and this one looks more like a car key. This could be a vital clue. King Rabbit. Oh, right, I can analyze stuff in this game. Hang on now. Oh, sorry, hang on. I should read the things. It's keyring. Type evidence. Retrieved from Lemoire's dressing room. Mr. Lettuce. I'm just gonna say lettuce. Mr. Lettuce died clutching this. Note the heart-shaped ring. Well, if I have to note it, it must be important. All right, let's have a look at these keys. Gorl. There are 3 keys on this heart-shaped key ring. Huh? This middle key is shaped like a guitar? I get it. It must be the key to a guitar case. A guitar case key. I'll bet I know who this belongs to. Well, I assume you're referring to Gavin, but I mean, there's a whole band full of people who might refer to. You don't know who play. Maybe Much to Buy also plays the guitar. Anything else interesting on this? I'm not so certain. I think the guitar key is the only one of interest. Although I do appreciate there's a key that just is labeled Gorl. Yeah, well, there's a little G logo on it, on the strap anyways. Curious. I didn't actually check out the brooch, though. Type other, retrieved from Lemoire's dressing room, found at the crime scene. Seems strangely familiar. Anything on the back? A name, perhaps? A sort of pin fastener for attaching things to clothes. Not a safety pin type, though. So if it's not a safety pin, is it a danger pin? I suppose if you stuck it in your eye, then yeah, sure. Don't even say that. Me and eye stuff. No, Apollo. Gah! But you could do that with a safety pin, too, for that matter. Thanks for taking the fun out of my danger pin. You're driving a danger pin through my heart here. Poor Apollo. He just wants to keep everyone safe. I take that to mean there's no name, though. Can we analyze anything about the jewel on the front? Nay! Alright, actually, with these other ones, we would have analyzed. Actually, I'm interested. Can we check this? This is the investigation request Gavin made us sign. Type documents received from Prosecutor Gavin. Information concerning the crime to be restricted. I don't know why I said that, how it was so hard to say. Information concerning the crime to be restricted to police and the related parties. To ensure the efficiency and secrecy of our investigation, the bearer is hereby ordered to speak to no one outside of the investigation concerning any details of the case. District Police Chief. So if I just carry around a vial of Lettuce's blood, and I can just spray it on anyone and be like, you're part of the investigation, I can talk to you now. No, I suppose that denotes other problems with my circumstance, and is therefore not a practical solution. The lyric sheet, type documents, received from Prosecutor Gavin. Change the lyrics to Lemoire's ballad, touch the check button for details. That I will. Stole away the keys my heart held onto so tight. Oh, wow, wait, hey, what? Was this all clues and junk, or something like that? Because there's a bunch of keys that are held on tight by a heart. That's just weird. Pleasure, but a fleeting melody. It wraps itself around me, and now through the air I fly. Whoa, whoa. Burning onto my heart, fire, burn my love away, all away, like a bullet of love, fire. Take my life away, all away. Guitar, up together to the sky. Cool. Gavin's and Lamiroir's signatures are eerily similar in penmanship. Either way, these lyrics all seem accurate or consistent with what was sung last night, so that won't be, I don't think, called into question. But there is notably some resemblance between them and the events that unfolded after. Is this like censored out? It sort of looks like that, or maybe it's just weirdly pixelated. All right, is there anything else we can scan here? Oh, what was that? Oh, it was just the words again. I think it's just the hand and the message, quote unquote. Also, this gun, I should take note of that. This is the murder weapon, isn't it? This revolver? That's right, a big 45 caliber revolver. Okay, so what I was saying about it having fired into that wall was obvious, and I wasn't smart for figuring that out. Or it was obvious anyways. I guess it's more what I should take from that. Let's not be self-deprecating before I've even hit the courtroom. Wow, I wonder who brought this in here. I thought only police were allowed to have one of those. A 45 caliber revolver? Doesn't seem like something police would use. Police use revolvers? Why are you giving me that look? I didn't do it. I didn't. Listen, I was out in the hall eating snackoos when it happened. I know. No one here thinks you did it, Emma. It's hard to tell with you sometimes, Apollo. Hey, what have I done? Wait, if the killer brought a revolver, it must mean they had planned this from the start. That seems likely. That's right? Unless they were bringing it for self-defense for some reason. Type weapons. Retrieved from Lamiroir's dressing room. The murder weapon, a deadly high-caliber revolver. Any interesting logos or anything on it? What? Hey, yes, what? Something with the chamber? The middle of the weapon is a revolving chamber. That's where you load the bullets. A revolver, see? Revolver. That sounds a bit like Wonder Bar. A, no it doesn't. B, I would have thought you would know more about guns than Apollo, considering your upbringing. Especially if you say it really fast. Revolver. Wonder Bar. No. I guess? You know what I always used to think? I used to think the closest sound to Wonder Bar was one-liver. There's just so many words in this world, Apollo. Isn't it amazing? So many different words, so many different people. People like Trucy. All right, so there's that. That's the revolver analyzed. What's about the barrel? Or whatever it's called. I guess this is called the barrel. Yikes, don't point that thing at me. Don't worry, I'm an old hand with firearms. I have one that shoots bullets. I don't want it shooting any bullets, thank you. No, not those bullets, silly. My gun shoots bullets the magic cat. A cat? Comes out of a gun? I can tell by your expression you've never heard of that trick. It's a great one. Honestly, that one sounds halfway interesting. Cat comes out of a gun. No, I do have to see one of Trucy's magic shows. That better be a part of my gaming experience at some point in this series. Alright, we've checked out all the evidence that we contain. Do not open. This seems important. Look, there's a little window over here. Maybe the killer escaped through that. It's barely big enough for me to get my head through. Maybe the killer was a mouse. Not to mention it only opens a crack. What? I was just saying it's possible. Right, no harm in that. Except I'm pretty sure it is impossible. You could peek into the room through it, you know? Interesting thought, and you maybe should point a gun through it, although the gun was here. Although I guess we haven't run tests enough to know if this is actually the murder weapon. It just seems likely. Although if you were shooting it through there, I don't know how you'd get any kind of angle on this man and the wall there. Seeing these mirrors lined up like that makes me think I'm really in a dressing room. You are in a dressing room. This must be makeup. I've never heard of most of these brands. Maybe they're Borginian? Well, I haven't got a clue, and I doubt those are. What? Sorry, I need to read that again, because I think I misunderstood something there. This must be makeup. I've never heard of most of these brands. Maybe they're Borginian. I haven't got a clue, and I doubt those are. Why would you doubt if you haven't got a clue? Never mind. This is one of those, things, right? At the barber's? A permanent dryer. Want me to curl those bangs of yours? No thanks. Better not mess with his hair, Emma. It's part of his identity, you know? It's kind of true. He does have the fondness for it. But mostly, it's just a thing that everyone else makes fun of. Much like with Phoenix. No one ever made fun of Mia's hair, thankfully. Although they did say for some they just say awful things to all the protagonists in this game. The other characters in the game. Look at all these presents. Lamiroir sure is popular. Ooh, I wonder what's inside. We can't open them, can we? Probably not a good idea. You never know what you might find in one of these boxes. Bombs, razors, ransom notes. It could be anything. I'm never having a birthday party again. You're not the typical target of bombs, Trucy. People don't just target random magicians. What an amazing bouquet. I mean, it's giant, although I guess probably Trucy has made some enemies working with Phoenix and now Apollo, I suppose. Not sure I approve. It'd be better if this flower was a bit more... Oh. Ah! The flower fell off. What happened to preserving the crime scene, Emma? It's fine. I'll just put it back, see? How scientific. There's just one, like, hanging upside down in the vase. Oh, I guess it's not much of a vase. Did I miss anything important in here? All the clothes hangers are off, which suggests that he was messing with them when he was shot or something like that. Guitar case? Is this important? Never mind. Well, have we got anything we can talk about with, Emma? I don't know why I forgot a name there. The victim, Mr. Romain Latus, wasn't it? He was Lemoire's manager and interpreter, apparently. This was his first time in the country. Really? So I'm guessing he didn't know many people here. It doesn't seem likely. So the suggestion is that this wasn't a premeditated murder, I suppose? Perhaps someone else was the intended target and he was simply in the way. Nor can I think of anyone with a motive to murder him. Except for one person, of course. One person? Who? Lamiroir. No one here might have had a motive, but she's from... What are you talking about? Hey, it was Emma's idea. I said nothing. Always with the snacks. He's a big man. Or was. I don't think even I would win in a fight with him. Which is why whoever it was used a revolver, I'm guessing. We sent a request to the Virginian embassy for more info on him. I mean, I guess what you're saying. I guess what you're saying makes sense. She's the only one with a motive, but that doesn't. You don't need a motive. It doesn't have to have been premeditated. There are other explanations, I suppose. We have to consider all angles. We can't just. I don't remember. Anyways, I don't even know who's going to be pinned. This is going to be pinned on yet. Well, you and I know more about the crime than anyone. You do? That's true. It was us who found the body. What? I guess that's what I missed for watching the concert. Hey, I wish I was watching the concert. Anything would be better than this. Well, we know the crime took place during the concert, and when we heard the gunshot enter the room, the killer was already gone. What? But that doesn't make sense. You came in when you heard the shot and no one was here? How did they leave the room? That window is a little too small, isn't it? The mystery of the disappearing killer. I'm also not sure. I'm assuming that door over there is not how we came in, but we came in from, like, a door behind us. Maybe that's not something I should assume, but just the way that this thing is angled, and like when we came in first, he looked at this and then looked all the way right, whereas if he had come in from that door, he'd have seen the body right away. So I don't know if that door goes anywhere. Maybe can I examine that and will it tell me that's a door to the hall or whatever? There's no examine on it, actually. So maybe I'm just supposed to assume it's a door to the hall. Anyways, can I show you anything important? Postcard. Sorry, I can't comment on anything not scientifically relevant. I am a forensic scientist, after all. A self-styled one, at least. I'll just check it with everything. By the way, I'm an attorney. Did that ever come up in conversation? You always carry that around, do you? Just like Mr. Wright. Huh? It's good to never let yourself forget who you are. I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work. Come to think of it, why do I carry this around? Oh, I suppose that's one compliment it's got me. That was so sweet. Thank you, Emma. This brooch seems important. Never mind. I bet she'll be interested in the gun, though. Forensics and ballistics kind of are related, I suppose. So this is the murder weapon? This revolver is incredibly heavy. You shouldn't be picking it up. I don't reckon you have any gloves with you, do you? It's been fired twice. You can still smell the gunpowder. That's odd. What's odd? Oh, and nothing. Hey, no fair! Tell us! It's just something about this revolver seems strange. Strange? Why? Why, what? I already looked at it. I didn't find anything particularly odd. Nope, I don't find anything. Unless maybe I had to talk to her just before I would find something strange. But let's assume that's not the case. And thanks, Emma. And we'll move on to, I guess, the governor's dressing room. I'm interested to see the stage last because that's the one that holds the most. I'm the most excited about because it's a new place. And I also feel like it'll have some of the more interesting clues. We already read all this stuff, right? Yeah, okay. Let's shove on. I wonder if there's anyone hanging out in the governor's dressing room. Maybe that other rock star we saw earlier. July 7th, governor's dressing room. Huh. Looks like nobody's here. Prosecutor Gavin's probably busy with the case too. No rest for the wicked. No rest for us either, Apollo. Let's get rocking. Rock, rock. Did they say that last time as well? I sort of feel like they might have. Oh wait, this analysis stuff is all the same. I'll just come back if anything is different or if I find new stuff. Were these shades here before? Never mind. Oh, did I already? Oh, I guess I didn't read this twice because it changes after you pick up a postcard. Anyways, let's read it now. It's a stack of Lamiroir's postcards. They have an air of mystery to them that matches her voice. All right, that was all that was. I don't think I see anything else new here. I thought maybe because the bullets had been fired into the wall, I was just pretty sure. Actually, I guess I don't really know where. If I don't know where the door is, then I don't really know where those two bullets went into the wall. I assumed they had come out into this room, but I think maybe I was misunderstanding the layout. I can't wait till they give me a floor plan. Very well, stage ho. Ooh. Oh man, it's all looking a little... No, maybe it's not that messed up. It looks broken to me, but I think maybe it's just the way that's all set up to lean. July 7, in the wings. I said 7 instead of 7th. The stage looks empty. I was hoping to get a chance to talk to Prosecutor Gavin. Oh well, nothing to do but go to the crime scene, I guess. Ah, it's nice and quiet. My ears are no longer ringing. Look, a ladder! I guess they need one to work on the lights and such. Why don't they use a stepladder? I prefer stepladders, really. Is that so wrong? Not wrong, just... Well, why do you prefer stepladders? They're so much more flexible than plain old ladders. I prefer my ladders rigid and stable, thank you. Yeah, I suppose whenever I'm on a stepladder, I'm always worried it's gonna, like, snap shut or, like, split open or something like that. Although, I guess a ladder like this isn't exactly stable either, because you're just propping it up against the ground, so it could, like, slip out from under you. Why don't we have better ladders? We should all just climb high on cranes and grappling hooks. And that's a big instrument case. That's a case for a contrabass, I think. You could fit 20 violins in there, I bet. I'm still not over the fact that I said bass without even thinking about it last time in a concert hall, looking at instruments. It may look like a violin, but it's a completely different instrument. You could fit 5 truces in there, I bet. Hey, are you comparing me to an instrument? I wonder who left it sitting open like that. Probably a rock star. Oh, although, and we were talking about how maybe perhaps the, key went open to a guitar case, so maybe there's something going on with that. Look at all these electronic devices. I'm guessing they have something to do with sound? Well, I guess, when we can fiddle. Let's see here. Don't touch that! A healthy curiosity is the key to a good investigation. When in doubt, fiddle. That's what Daddy always says. They should require parental testing, clearly. When in doubt, fiddle. I hope I never hear those words again. Wow, that piano looks much bigger close up. Machi played so beautifully. Yeah, like a real pianist. He was a real pianist. What the hell what does that just mean? That's just silly, Apollo. How can you call someone as good as Machi a pianist? Well, that's like throwing him in the same class as Daddy. Good thing Mr. Wright didn't hear that one. Wow, we're really not gonna let that go. It's gonna be in the credits, and we're still gonna be like, Phoenix Wright sucks at piano. What a big stage! It's on a whole nother level than the Wonder Bar. The lights were so bright I couldn't see the whole first part of the concert. I'd love to do my act on a stage like this someday. Just hold back on the lights for my eyes' sake, please. You'll be too blinded by my magic to worry about lights. You probably don't want to blind the audience if you plan on showing them magic. Oh, ever prudent, this Apollo, when he's not being an emotional wreck, which is not a criticism. That's what I love about him. What a big stage! I already read this one, just now. This was literally the last one I read. We didn't actually find anything we picked up here, I don't think. Hang on, let's re-examine the gun now that Emma told us there was something strange with it. What does this say? Oh no, it doesn't say anything, it's just the little iron sights or whatever. Sorry if I used the wrong terminology for gun things. I don't know anything about guns. Maybe now that we're here, we can check out the guitar one and they'll have thoughts. Nope. It's probably gonna. I don't want to pull another case 2 bull here where there's like a really obvious thing lying around and I say something and I don't pick it up. Like this thing down here. Have we done this yet? Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe now that we've checked out the stage, we can go to one of the other places and someone will be in here. Nope. Maybe Emma will have some new insight for us since we left. Pardon me. The murder weapon. Oh, I guess that did. Oh, did presenting her the gun add this? I'm silly. What do you think about this revolver? Well, it's pretty big and heavy. That's right. It's a .45 caliber. That makes it one of the deadliest revolvers around. Even the police don't carry guns this big. Really? Yeah. It doesn't make sense. You don't need so much power to kill at such close range. It's overkill. Oh, so someone was planning to kill from far range, I guess, is what you're saying? Or they were trying to kill through a wall or something? I'm not sure I see the problem. I mean, whenever I go out to eat curry, I order it extra spicy, just to be sure it's spicy. Of course, I can only ever eat 1 or 2 bites. Same here, I don't do well with spicy. And that's not a problem? There's another thing about a gun this big. It puts a lot of strain on the shooter. Strain? Yeah. Say if you were to fire this revolver, the recoil would probably dislocate your shoulder. Is that really? I mean, if you weren't expecting it, I suppose. Ouch! It's like the shooter's a victim too! Don't say that, or say that, I don't know, I don't really know, I guess we don't know how morally accurate that is. Yet the killer used this revolver, and quite well. I'm guessing whoever did it was used to shooting. Used to shooting a high caliber weapon? Well, that's about it. I think we've looked at just about everything there is. I guess you're right. I know how you're feeling. It is hard to know when to stop. But anything more involved has to wait until the squad gets here. I suppose. I'll go report the evidence. Sorry, but could you wait here till I get back? Yep, I'm good at that. Huh? Oh, actually, we have to... Great, thanks. She left. What do we do, Apollo? She told us to wait. Great. Now how am I supposed to investigate? Oh well, I guess it can't be helped. Let's go. Huh? Go? Time's a-wasting, Apollo. We got a lot of ground to cover. Well, that's true, but... on second thought, why not? I'm sure everything will be fine. The gun and the body are, like, removed in the time we're away. Of course it will. Let's go! Well, I've been coerced. That's what I don't... Actually, I wasn't sure if any of the examination changed when she wasn't there, although... why would it? July 7th, backstage hallway. But hello? Ah! Who's there? We... didn't just imagine that, did we? He was wearing a silk hat. Friend of yours? Hardly. Whoever that was, he sure looks suspicious. What, did he just disappear or did he, like, go somewhere? What the hell? Okay, sorry, hang on. This is bugging on the corner of my mind. I just want to check that none of the stuff changed, because I can't remember if Emma was talking during any of it. Although I guess this was different because we haven't read this second time. A 45 caliber revolver, very powerful. This is definitely the murder weapon. I wonder who brought this revolver in here. It's huge. Someone unusual, that's for sure. No one I want to meet, that's also for sure. Me either. Unless it's in court, of course. I don't know that you'll be exactly safe even then. Oh, I know, this is new stuff because Emma was here for this other stuff. Sorry, I'll read these really quickly and I'll go. Seeing these mirrors lined up makes me think I'm really in a dressing room. Look at all that makeup. Well, I haven't got a clue, and I doubt those are. I guess she's not into makeup yet. Those are what? I don't understand that line. This is one of those things, right? At the barber's? It's one of those permanent hair things. I've never tried one. Want to? I think I'll stick with my top hat. We have an understanding, me and my hat. It's just a hat, Trucy. Look at all these presents. Lemire sure is popular. I got a present once from a person in the audience. That's pretty cool. Isn't it? Maybe you'll get one someday. From someone you defend. That's called getting paid, and I certainly hope I do. Has that not happened yet? It's not a wonder Phoenix wasn't ever rich. Considering how many of his clients are just like, I'll give you a burger, how's that? What an amazing bouquet. I mean, it's giant. That's a super dazzle-frazzle. Dazzle-frazzle? Yeah, it's super, and it makes you feel all dazzle-frazzle. Who taught you to say that? Oh, Daddy. I knew it. The body was holding a keyring. Do you think it belongs to the killer? If it's not Mr. Litsis's, that seems like a possibility. Is that blood? Why don't you examine this one, Apollo? You know more about red stuff than I do. Yep. Says who? Something is strange about this blood, though. Is that what it looks like? It looks like, sorry, just I know we already covered this, but it looks kind of like the same sort of script, perhaps, as this. You can't really tell. Although from here, it looks more like Latin characters. Look, there's a little window over there. Maybe the killer escaped through that. It's only big enough to stick your head through. And it doesn't even open all the way. What? I was just saying it's possible. Right, no harm in that. Except I'm pretty sure it is impossible. That speaker was blaring when it happened. Apparently it monitors sound from the main stage, which made it hard to hear Mr. Latusse's last words. Well, you know what I do at loud concerts. I wear earplugs. It really cuts down on the noise. And this would have helped me hear him how? Are these bullet holes? Looks like it. There are 2 here in that wall. Well, if there are 2 marks, they must have missed twice. Not necessarily. Some revolvers can put a bullet through a person, so it wasn't necessarily a miss. Ouch. Sounds painful. I'm interested in the fruit one now that Emma's not here. Ooh, Apollo, can I eat some of these, please? Better not. Emma will find out. Somehow she will. How could you eat those without telling me? Yeah, I'll make sure to leave some for her to eat, too. I don't think that's the issue here. Apollo, look at that thing. It's huge. That's a TV. Yeah, a wide flat-screen TV. I want one of those. Someday when I'm a famous attorney, I'll get one. But Daddy never had one. I don't think he ever even had money when he was a lawyer. He had some money. Great, just stomp on my dreams, why don't you? What's this poster? Let's see. This summer, a Legal Eagles production of Case Closed. Looks like a poster for a different show. One I wouldn't mind seeing real soon. That one was actually the same, but it wouldn't let me skip through it. I assume just because it registers them all as different ones because Emma's not here. Look, there's another Governor's poster. Emma didn't seem too happy about it. Maybe I should take it down before she rips it up. You walk around with that thing and she'll sniff it out. Maybe I'll pass then. It's probably wise to be wary of Emma. With all love and respect, yes, it is wise to be wary. Huh, another ladder. Actually, it's technically a stepladder. Well, hello, Miss Fancy Pants. Please forgive my lack of ladder discrimination. Ugh. I'd say this ladder is used to climb up to reach things. Is there something on the ceiling? I still say it's a stepladder. That air vent bothers me. If Emma and I came in through the door, that makes that vent the only exit from the room. Okay, so this is the door. But if this is the door to the hallway, then surely we would have like seen or felt the bullets going by. We might have even been hit. If the bullets went out that way, if that's the door to the hallway. That's confusing. That makes the vent the only exit from this room. But it's much too small. Not if the killer were about your size, Trucy. Oh, I didn't do it! I was cutting up the dance floor at the time, thank you. I know. Of course I don't think you did it. It's hard to tell with you sometimes, Apollo. Hey, what have I done? Alright, I think we've covered everything in here. Now let's go see what's different elsewhere. We probably have other people to speak to now in the governor's dressing room and perhaps the stage. No one in this dressing room, probably someone on the stage. July 7th, in the wings. What is it with today? Problem after problem. Achtung! You ain't kidding. It's the two leading members of the Governors, Apollo. Clavier on vocals and Darian on guitar. They're so cool. I have a hard time thinking of Clavier as anything but a prosecutor, honestly. Huh? What are they arguing about? Probably the case, I'd bet. My hog won't start, my guitar case is busted, my guitar's been burned to a crisp, and to top it all off, someone's dead. And then there was that performance just now. What was that all about? Hey man, don't blame me. You were the one who missed the cue. Me! Miss a cue! How could I conceivably get the most important part of that song wrong? How? And what was all that tinny playing of yours? Who you calling tinny? Sounds like they're having a spat. One of those differences in musical direction bands are always splitting... one of those differences in musical direction bands are always splitting up over. This is hardly the time. What are you two doing here? Hiya! We were just discussing the investigation, if you don't mind. Sorry. Wait, you were what? Listen, you need to confirm that with the Republic of Virginia, Detective Crescendo. Right. Anything else? What did you just call him? Detective? Greetings. I didn't realize this there. Wait, no, that's a hilarious sight gag. Darian Crescendo, Criminal Affairs, Division 3. Hello. Criminal Affairs? Apollo, you really don't know anything about the Governors, do you? Something tells me that that's about to be remedied. I'm interested, does any of this change now that Gavin is here? Nope. This is just Drucy and each other talking. Cool, just so I know. Maybe some of it does, but let's assume not. I'll talk first and then I'll present some stuff that I find relevant. I'm glad the music finally kicked in. There had been no music for like a half hour. I skipped that by mistake. I used the stupid scroll wheel again and it counts as a click because it's an Android emulator. Which crime do you mean? The murder! What else? Oh, that. For me, today has been a hit parade of crimes, you see. Prosecutor Gavin was singing the blues earlier, wasn't he? Something about his hog and his guitar case? Anyway, I'm afraid you know more about the killing of Mr. Latouche than I do. For now, at least. Huh? You were the one who found the body, yeah? Well, we were in the middle of a performance, no less. Aren't you going to examine the crime scene, Prosecutor Gavin? I'll leave that to Fräulein Detective. Wouldn't want to step on her toes. They're not exactly best buddies, are they? Emma and Prosecutor Gavin, I mean. Well, what to do next? We've already checked out the scene. Prosecutor Gavin may be right. He might be the most informed for once. Maybe Prosecutor Gavin can shed some light on things we found. Yeah, that was my next thought, but I'm also interested in what's going on here. I don't believe you, Apollo. How can you come to this concert and not know about the Governors? It's not surprising. Why, even our ancestors knew nothing of America's existence once. What? I know America exists. The Governors aren't just an average rock band, Apollo. Each member is connected to the police somehow. The police? The real police. By day, that was actually capitalized there, so that wasn't even like an offhand reference. That was directly referencing the band. The real police. By day, they pack up the heat, but by night, they heat up the stage. I think I said that wrong. She said pack heat, as in like carry a gun. By day, those lips interrogate, but by night, they sing songs of unrequited passion. Okay. They debuted 7 years ago with the 13 Years Hard Time for Love. And then came Love with No Chance of Parole and My Boyfriend is the Prosecution's Witness. The list of hits goes on and on. Those are a little clunky. It's so great. This here is my right-hand man, Darian Crescendo. Is there, I know that's a name probably, but is it Darian or Darian? It's been a long time since I've ever heard that name spoken. I make the melodies and he attacks them with his guitar. Hang on. Nope, can't find the pun with Darien Crescent just yet. Probably might be saying it wrong. I make the melodies and he attacks them with his guitar. He's a bit of a rogue, really. And this guy's a bit of a perfectionist. When a performance goes the least bit wrong, he goes into this funk, just like today. I hope murder would be a bit more off-putting than a ruined concert. The concert today? A disaster. I'll get to the bottom of this and then we'll see who missed a cue. But missed cue? We were arguing about that before. Great. I love nothing more than questioning tormented artists. The missed cue. I'm interested in this because that may be... Because there's also all kinds of fire stuff going on in the performance. Unless that's not the part. I guess that wasn't the part they were talking about because none of the other band members participated in that. What's this missed cue you keep talking about? Aha! You heard it, didn't you? From the audience? Actually, I didn't notice anything. See? No amateur's gonna pick up on that. Can you guarantee an entire audience of amateurs? No. Now take a listen to this. What's that? A mixing board. We use it to record our concert tonight. Aren't we supposed to be investigating a murder? Well, we've come this far. Might as well go all the way. I've always wanted to learn about the recording industry. Oh no, this is gonna be important. Oh, are these gonna be like sliders for the different performers and we have to like figure out which one? Oh dear me. This is but one of the devices used in recordings. We're a 5-part band. This lets us record each member's performance separately. You use the sliders to adjust the volume for each part. Check it out. Oh man, this seems like it's gonna be complex. Oh no! This is gonna be so hard! Okay, I see. I'm starting to see what everyone was talking about. Wow, neat! So, could you say here only the drum part? Of course. That's how we'll find the criminal guilty of missing his cue tonight. I'm more concerned with the other criminal. The one who kills people? You want help on the case? Then help me with mine. I guess rock and roll comes before prosecuting. Let's begin. First, we bring up the part of the performance in question. You simply choose the section of the song you wish to hear on the bottommost bar. Like so. Okay, I'll try, but it sounds really hard. There it is. Now listen. Was something wrong? You couldn't hear it? Actually, I thought I did hear the beat go a little off there. Listen again, closely. Okay, that time I think the game just lagged, but it did sound weird there. The timing's a little off, isn't it? You see? There, right at the most important part. And even an amateur can hear it. An amateur with a mixing board, maybe. You're missing the point. We'll never stamp out crime until we're perfect. Perfect! Here he goes again. Right. Hey, amateur, you will prove my point. Huh? Me? You will find the missed cue. You will tell us which instrument, which part, is the guilty party. But how? Did I not just explain it? Use these sliders to adjust the volume for each part. Then you will find the part that hopelessly bungles the cue. You'll find it with your untrained amateur ears. Nothing to do but try, Apollo. I guess. I'll admit, this looks kind of fun. First, a quick review. Use the sliders to adjust the volumes. Press the section of the song you wish to hear on the bottom bar. Yeah, okay, sliders in the bar. Got it. Once you found the guilty party, press the corresponding number. Time to rock. Okay. Well, he said the miscue was right here at the most important part, but let me just try listening to the entire song with solos for each of them for the time being. All right, I'm a total. I have no sense of rhythm. I should point that out. I feel. Hang on, let me hear that last bit of it again. It's sort of hard for me. That sounded weird, but it's hard for me to tell if that's right without listening to the others. Okay, it was definitely that one, but take that! This part is off. I was wondering because he seemed to very clearly blame Darian. I didn't catch what instrument does Darian play? Did he say contrabass? Which is that? Second guitar. It was you, Darian. Well, looks like the cat's out of the bag. Oh, well, that's all you have to say? That kind of attitude lets killers walk free, Darian. Here they go again. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to ask about the concert. It's starting to feel like we were just wasting time. It's all experience under our belts. That can't be bad. Mixing board added to the court record. Interesting. Okay. I still can't get over the title for that song. Guilty Love? This is the first time the first time we knew that it was called Guilty Love was when it showed up on the soundboard. Is that right? Anyways, actually, well, can I check the soundboard? If I hit check on it, will it just bring up that thing again? Yes, it will. All right. Well, I'd like to ask you about a few things. Did you have any idea that I'm an attorney? Hair forehead. Yeah? Understand that I am not Prosecutor Gavin now. I am lead vocal of the Gaviners. That badge sings a different song on a different stage. Right. I wish I had an alter ego to hide behind sometimes. What about the postcard? Sorry, but I'm not in the mood to talk about that right now. Even I can only take so much in one day. Funny, I always thought of Prosecutor Gavin as one of those cool stoic types. The sort that never complains. How wrong I was. I wrote those lyrics, you know. Though it was La Miroir who gave them life. Wow, that's beautiful. Maybe I should try to write some lyrics someday. Why are you gonna do... Are you really sure you want to be jealous of Gavin at this point? Okay, he's pretty cool. I'll give that. All right, none of the investigation requests, but the brooch. Nothing on the brooch. Sorry, my throat. Water. I got hiccup. Oh my god. That was a disaster just now. What about this keyring? I was wondering if you knew anything about this. That... Does it look familiar? Familiar? It's mine. That's my keyring. I've been looking all over for it. What? This is yours, Mr. Gavin? I knew it. Apollo! How can you make that I knew it face? This is the key ring that was... Yeah, I know. Thanks anyway. So, where did you find it? Actually, the victim was holding it. Like he was trying to keep it from the killer. Even if it meant his life. What? What? The victim... You mean Mr. Latouche had my keys? Indeed. When will my trials be over? Speaking of trials, I've never heard Mr. Gavin whine in court like he has been today. Emma was right about the fop, I'll give her that. Apollo! Mr. Gavin, maybe we can help. Tell us about your troubles today. Well, he's told us most of them. I really don't think that's... Tell us. And we'll keep mum about the keyring for now. Are you blackmailing me, Fräulein? That's kind of what it sounded like. Hang on, before we ask about that. The gun? No, not in the mood to talk about guns. Reasonable. All right, let's talk about that. I can't. I synced it up with the music so perfectly, but it's not going to sound synced because the music isn't synced with the... Damn it. The music comes a bit before because the music is lagging for me, so I move it back to... Damn it. You were saying something about your motorcycle not starting? And something about your guitar case being busted. You're well informed? You mentioned it a few times. It all happened this morning. It's all this keyring's fault. The keyring? Oh, sorry, that was Apollo. Wait, was that? Who said the keyring just now? I'm just gonna say it was, Winston Payne. The keyring? It's got all my keys on it, yeah? My bike key, my car key, and the key to my guitar case. Okay, so I guess bike key, car key, guitar case. You don't have a house key? Wait, so this keyring... It disappeared. I thought I'd put it in my jacket pocket. Prosecutor Gavin's keyring disappeared? I had to come to the concert by taxi. How embarrassing. In order to get my guitar out, I had to break the lock. Wait, this guitar wasn't the one that... The very one. Up in flames. And right on stage, too. I actually thought that was part of the show. Crazy. And to top it off, Mr. Latouche's life was taken. Nobody told me about days like these. Strange days indeed. You think? I love all these text callbacks to the... Because Truzy was like, Dad told me there would be days like these. This is one of the great things about the writing in these games. What's wrong, Trucy? What the hell voice was that? What's wrong, Trucy? Well, I was just trying to make sense of everything. First, this heart-shaped keyring gets stolen. Then a very expensive guitar flares up on stage. Then Mr. Latouche dies. Yes, and? Could it all really be just a coincidence? Coincidence? Meaning... Darian, can you make any sense of all this? Hey, don't look at me. What do you think, Apollo?
Huh?
I mean, either Mr. Gavin's having a really bad day, or all this was planned. You aren't thinking what I think you're thinking, are you, Fräulein? I am. You don't mean to say that you think he was the target of murder? What? Hey, don't leave me in the dark with Spike here.
My name's Apollo, but yeah, I agree. Don't leave us in the dark. What are you talking about?
Haven't you noticed a connection, Apollo? A curious connection between all of Mr. Gavin's troubles today?
Well...
Okay, wait, hang on. Keys? Well, the guitar, I guess. He lost the key to the guitar case. The guitar caught fire, and... Oh, wait, no. Wait, no, there are a few sort of connections, like there's the guitar is a few times mentioned, because the key to the guitar, and then the car went up in flames, but also, I mean, I guess Mr. Gavin is the connection. Let me just say I haven't noticed, because I'm curious where you're going with this. You haven't?
I just don't see the connection, sorry.
Well, don't just give up, give it a little more thought.
Well, wait, you don't mean this, do you?
A lyric sheet. The guitar serenade. What's that got to do with anything? Well, I mean, I did notice that some of the things, but not all of it. What's this through the flying business? Oh, I guess whatever. A lyric sheet. The guitar serenade. What's that got to do with anything? It has everything to do with everything. Though I wouldn't have believed it if the Fräulein hadn't pointed it out. What are you talking about, man? Enough with the riddles. Maybe it is a coincidence, or perhaps it means something. Don't you think, Fräulein? I do. Everything that's happened to Mr. Gavin today is predicted in the lyrics to this song. Okay, I noticed that some of it was predicted. What? No way. I guess Through the Air I Fly could refer to when the part in the the part in the song when he pulled the cloak off her and she like flew over to the other platform. But that's not something that happened to Gavin exactly. And then the burning, but the bullet didn't take all his life away, or La Miroir's. Whatever. I guess it's sort of to interpretation. Just with all the flying and then up to the sky business, I didn't 100% see that. Well, let's talk about the song's prediction. You know, let's break it down. Look, just think about everything that's happened to Mr. Gavin. Let's list them in order that they occurred while reading this lyrics sheet. First, the keyring.
First, the keyring was stolen.
And not just any keyring, a heart-shaped keyring.
That's right here. When you stole away the keys my heart held onto so tight.
Okay, that much I picked up on.
This is a heart holding keys.
And next, his guitar burst into flame. Well, I thought his hog wouldn't start next.
Burning on in my heart, fire, burn my love away.
And then Mr. Latouche was killed.
Like a bullet of love, fire, take my life away. But that's crazy.
Yeah, no kidding. So everything that happened today here, this song predicted it all? Or perhaps it was the other way around.
Huh?
The criminal could have based his crime on the lyrics.
But who would go through all that trouble?
Someone who moves in mysterious ways, no doubt. Like that yellow magician we saw, that's not right. Never mind. I believe you've stumbled upon something quite vital and quite annoying, Fräulein.
She looks pleased.
The lyrics predicting the crime. Clavier? Seems a bit more than just a coincidence to me. I have to agree. The keyring, the guitar, and the murder.
The keyring might have been dropped by accident.
Yet the victim was holding it. Hard to think that it was unconnected.
That's true. Prosecutor Gavin's as calm and collected as ever.
So the criminal matched their actions to the lyrics? That sounds likely.
Why would anyone do that?
While we think about that, I'm gonna go cracking on the biggest crime here. I'm going to talk to the Borginian embassy about this Mr. Latouche. Right. Thanks, Darian. I'll leave the pondering of the mysteries to you. I'm out of here. Is pondering of mysteries kind of what you're supposed to do as a detective? A foreign national, Mr. Latouche, was killed. Seems like that would have to be the point of all this. But they did more than that. They left us with not only a murder, but a mystery. Mr. Gavin sure is irritable today.
Maybe this is the real Prosecutor Gavin we don't get to see in the courtroom.
I've had enough, frankly. If you find any more mysteries, do me a favor and keep them to yourselves, yeah?
Yeah. I guess this is all we're gonna get from Prosecutor Gavin. That leaves La Miroir to question. Prosecutor Gavin, do you know where La Miroir is now?
I had her go to my dressing room. With that pianist, Machi Tubai, of course. She seemed rather shocked by Mr. Latouche's sudden passing.
Of course. The Governor's dressing room. Got it.
Well, that'll be the place to go next time on Apollo Justice State's Attorney, because we're all out of time, unfortunately. Our investigation is certainly underway, though. We're gonna get a lot on what is only going to be the first investigation day, but I reckon it'll go at least 2, maybe 3. Gracious, it certainly does seem like someone's targeting Gavin and all this, even though, I mean, he wasn't the end murder. It's shaping up to be quite weird. And I wonder what was all this stuff with the mixing board. That's like, they wouldn't have maybe do that if it wasn't important and going to come into play later. I actually feel a lot more pity for Clavier now. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Just because, like, I see how hard he's trying to beat to keep up his appearance, but like all this stuff is going wrong with in his just today at least. But like, I guess it just makes me think about all the stuff that would have gone wrong in the other in the cases. Well, I guess we've only worked one case with him as our prosecutor. Anyways, hopefully we slowly work towards a resolution. We inch our way towards a resolution next time on Apollo Justice State's Attorney, and hopefully you come around and do that with me. So thank you very much for coming around, and hopefully I will see you around next time. Admiral's gonna be out of here now. Peace. Goodbye. I should really start going for this one. This has been a waste of time, isn't it? I don't think I can really get in there very easily without a boost. Oh man, I put corruption all over that. Oh, okay, I can just let go. It's much easier than trying to jump. Oh, right.